Okay, I think we're live. So, everyone here say hi. Nice to see you. Sally Shin Ecotourism. I think I remember your nickname from before. Everyone in chat, feel free to say hi to everyone. There's some people that I recognize. We're going to start in just a couple of minutes. So, to anyone who's here for the first time, who doesn't know exactly what's going on, we're playing a Choose Your Own Adventure game book, the Shamutanti Hills, which is a book that I played as a kid. Now we're playing it here, and the rules of the game are that I don't decide what to do. It's your decisions who drive the plot forward. Whenever we need to choose to make a choice whether or not to go this way or that way, or to talk to someone in a certain way, make any choices during the game, we I leave the choice to you, and we will make a vote on it. A little vote that means that you get to decide. So yeah, that's the way it goes. Let's make sure that everything is okay, technically speaking. I think everything works. Hey Shin, thanks for stopping by. I have a couple new followers. I don't know if they're on the stream right now. I don't see these nicknames, so hopefully they'll show up in the sometime during today's game. Yeah, I think everything's working. Everything's okay, and we can begin. So let's already remind ourselves of what it looked like when we stopped last week. Last week, we were in yet another fight when we just ended. Um, we built a character together because that's also part of what we do when we start a new adventure. And we ended up on Mrs. Daisy McGilligully, which you can see here. This wonderful specimen is the hero. You can see that it's a frog person with a red bow tie, a cloak. Oh, look at that spam. That's perfect. Fandom. Yep. And Miss Daisy McGilligully is a frog person. There is a cloak, a large cloak, an oversized cloak with it's muddy. Like the bottom of the cloak is muddy because we went through. There was like one of the scenes, one of the paragraphs. We waded through mud in the game, so I decided we got muddy. There is a sword coming out of a magic wand because we can both fight and cast spells. We're a wizard in the game. We chose to be a spellcaster, which is more interesting. And we have these green things, which are, what are they? I don't remember. I'm not sure I remember what they are. A Just a ruffle of some sort, a hat, maybe a hat. I think it's a hood in the shape of a clover. And that's something that's I think that's what the audience requested. That's what chat requested when we just started, and we built the character. We got a 7 in skill, 18 stamina, which is kind of like a roughly average or slightly below average for a wizard. We're generally not very good at fighting and taking a beating. We have 12 luck, which is the most. It's the most we can have in luck. It means that we can use when we have to test our luck because bad stuff might happen to us during the adventure. We're almost bound to succeed in all of the luck checks that we will make. So you need to remember that if we have a chance to test our luck, we're probably going to succeed. So it might be a good idea to go for it. And then we have 20 gold. That's more than what we started with. We got quite a bit of gold during our adventure, so we need to look for things to buy, especially healing potions or food that heals us. And we have 3 provisions, which means we can eat 3 times. Each time we eat, it gives us a little bit of stamina back. I think it's usually like 2 points or 3 points of stamina back when we eat. So that's basically it for the rules. When we start fighting, if you don't know the rules yet, you'll just see the way it works. If we have more skill, we'll be better at fighting. We don't have much skill. If we miss and mess up, we take damage from the enemy, and we take some damage. So now we're on 4 stamina out of 18. You need to know that we can take a lot more damage. We get to 0, we lose. We die, we need to start over. I'm gonna try my best to not get into fights we don't need to get to, or to cheat, just to make sure that we just keep going and we experience this adventure to the fullest, and we don't have to start over with another hero that might meet the corpse, the rotting corpse of Mrs. Daisy McGilligan along their way. I don't know. I don't want to do that. I want to keep going with Daisy. I think Daisy's the one who could do that. Daisy's the one who could get the crown of kings from the fortress in the end. So yeah, I think we're just about to start. We're ready to start. Let's see if anyone new joined us. We still have the same amount of same people in chat right now. Hopefully, more will join us in the future. So yeah, I'm going to go to where we stopped. So we were just out of a hut where we went into a hut. There was a woman there in a cage, a tiny woman, like I think, or is it a tiny little woman or a normal sized woman? I don't remember if it was like a magical creature, but it was a woman generally, and she was in a cage, and we needed to save her. She asked us to save her, and we eventually managed to open the cage with a spell, a magic spell, and then after we did, we got some rewards from her. She said that she was trapped by some elven, I think is their name. Elfin, I think it's elfin. It's like the fairy elf-like creatures in this area in the hills, like menacing trickster creatures, and they trapped her. She gave us some rewards for releasing her from the cage, but then she attacked us for no apparent reason. She just said, "Now I give you rewards. You can't just take them. You have to beat this golem." And she turned her chair into a golem. We fired a fireball, a hot spell, one of our most expensive spells in our repertoire. We burned the chair, and we burned the whole hut. So the whole house of this witch is just burning down, and we're just going to keep going on our way. The next village over is called Dumpus, the humorous name of Dumpus. We're going to go over to Dumpus and see what they have to offer us. Hopefully, it's some healing, because that's what we really, really need right now. So that's the recent story, what recently happened. You want to know more? Click on our YouTube link down below. Check the previous show from 2 weeks ago to see how it went and where we how we ended up where we are right now. So yeah. So basically, we follow a path. Behind us, there's a smell of smoke from a hut we just burned down, and promptly we just killed that witch, that woman. We just killed her. Oh, and by the way, the spells we can cast. This is a list of all the spells you need to know. This is a list of the spells we can cast. It's right here. This is a list of all the spells. This is the names of the spells we have. If we need to cast spells, we can refer to this list. You're not supposed to be able to do that in the traditional game, but we're almost dead, and I decided it's going to be too chaotic if you all need to learn all the spells and remember them. This is their list of spells. This is their names, the 3-letter codes, and we need to decide according to this list. Some of them we already used. I remember some of these spells, what they do. Some of them we haven't yet. Most of these spells we haven't yet used. And we have a lot of spell components. There's a bag of teeth of all kinds of animals and creatures, a musical pipe, part of a pest-repelling spell, which I don't know exactly how to use it yet, beeswax, a locket with a small woman portrait, a vial of glue, weird nose plugs, and 4 small pebbles. So many of these are going to be useful for many of these spells. There's going to be critical components in order to cast these spells. That's something we need to remember that we have. That's our inventory. Oh, it's not just a sword wand; it's a sword wand pogo stick. This is why it has the handles over here, the handles, because it's a pogo stick. We also use it to jump around. All right. So let's keep going. Yeah. So we go along with our new loot in our bag, but with only 4 hit points, 4 stamina left. Down a path, leaving a burning hut behind us. Too cool to look back. Like all heroes are. You walk for a while, you follow the path until you stand on a hilltop. A small hill. The path runs down the hill into a small village set on a river, and you follow it down. This is probably the next village over that we were on the way to from the morning of that day. You follow the path forward, you pass a sign. There's a sign that says you're entering the village of Dumpus. You can choose to do what you enter the village. You have a few choices. You can either find an inn to rest for the night, or to try to make contact with the villagers. So do you first find an inn, or to try to find villagers to talk to. Make your choices right now. Let's see who is even here in chat. We have one vote to make contact. Do we have anyone else? Sally usually participates. I see that she's here, but I'm not sure she's actually watching right now. So yeah, we'll make contact with the villagers. Yeah, let's go and see what happens. Thank you, Shin. Okay. You pass along a main path through the village. There's one path, basically, along which most of the houses are located. You stop outside a hut where there are several hill dwellers that are sitting and eating. They're outside of the hut. They're deep in like discussion about something, and you have the choice to introduce yourself, just get in the conversation, or to ignore them and just keep going. You try to introduce yourself with this specific group. It's interesting that it's hill dwellers. Hill dwellers sounds like it's another race, but it's probably just people who are used to living in the hills, right? Probably just humans. Yeah, shit is making a good point. Ignore, we don't have enough HP. Yeah, you're thinking it's gonna devolve into a fight. I don't know, it might be an opportunity. I don't know. Yeah, so you say ignore. You're the only one voting right now, so we're just gonna do what you say. We're gonna ignore them, and we're gonna continue. So yeah, we're just gonna keep going. You come across a couple of merchant huts, and you browse through the items for sale. So yeah, there's some things there passing along the different huts. You can see some items that they're presenting, and if you can afford it, you can buy any of the following items. There is a finely crafted sword for 6 gold pieces. There is a woven skull cap for 4 gold pieces, and there are provisions for 3 meals for 6 gold pieces. So a sword, a skull cap, or provisions. Do we want to buy any of these items? Food. Okay, let's buy some food. We need opportunities to eat the food. We can't always eat the food, and we already have 3 provisions. But I think it's going to be a good idea to buy more anyway, because we want to be eating wherever we have the chance to. We're given the chance to eat on the way. So we pay. Yeah, we pay them 6 gold, and we end up with 3 more provisions, so that means we're left with 14. And up to 6 provisions instead of 3. That's pretty cool. That's potentially quite a lot of healing. Hopefully we'll be able to use it. 134. Right, so the inn charges 3 gold pieces for a hearty meal and 3 gold pieces for a bed. If you can afford it, you can eat. You'll get 3 stamina. Oh, we can pay 3 to get 3 stamina right now from a meal. If you wish to stay at the inn for the night, turn to 115. Blah blah. Okay, so we can try to sleep at the inn, and it's gonna be 3 gold pieces for a bed and 3 gold pieces to eat. Do we eat? First choice. Do we eat right here and get 3 stamina back? I mean, sounds like we should, right? It sounds like we should eat. No, we don't pay money to eat right here. Okay. Well, we're not gonna pay money and eat right now. We're cheap. Okay. How about next choice? 3 gold pieces for a bed for the night. Are we gonna spend 3 gold pieces to sleep? That will probably, I don't see it right here in the paragraph, but we might get some stamina from sleeping comfortably. And if we sleep outside, like in the field, we might not get healed at all. We're also cheap for that. So Shin, you're saying we're not going to spend money on anything right now. We're not going to eat. We're not going to sleep in the inn. We're just going to go outside and try to camp out of town, is what you're saying. Am I mistaken? No corrections. Nope, I guess that's what we're gonna do. Let's go outside and camp for the night. Yes, camp. All right. That's very decisive. So you climb outside of the village. You climb up into a nearby woods. You find some sheltered spot that's suitable for a camp, not far from another path. Are you gonna camp for the night, Or are you going to just continue walking this path throughout the night? Are you going to camp at all? Camp and eat. Oh, okay, we can eat our own food. Cool. That might be a good choice. So, yeah, you find a good spot. You have this spot that you found. You can eat now if you didn't eat during the day, and you'll get 2 stamina points. And it seems like the choice was to eat, so let's do that first. I'm gonna bring this down to 5 provisions, and we get 2 stamina points. We could have gotten 3 at the inn, but we already had the food, so it's a saving of a few gold pieces to just eat and get stamina points from our own food. You settle down and you sleep, but there is a chance you may be discovered by night creatures who will disturb you. Rest. Remember this reference. You'll have to return here afterwards and turn to 1 through 3 to see whether you encounter anything. Oh, nice. That was the same thing that happened in the Warlock on Firetop Mountain. There's like a wandering monster table, apparently. I didn't remember that. But there are wandering monsters you can encounter if you rest for the night. So, blah, blah, blah. You roll a die. You go to another paragraph. We need to remember that we are in paragraph 108. So I'll write it down for myself. This is 108, the paragraph we're in right now. And now we're going to the paragraph they tell us to go to. And they also tell us that we add 2 points to the die roll we have to make, which is a good thing, apparently, because the creatures are less likely to approach a camp. We roll 1 die to see whether you encounter any night creatures. 1, 2, 3, or 4 is an enemy. 1, 2, 3, or 4 means we encounter an enemy. Can we use luck somehow? No, not for this one. Nope. Yeah, I think we should have. We should. If we could, we definitely should, but we don't have any option to use luck here because it's just 1 d6, 1 die roll, and there's no mechanics to use that on rolls like this. So let's roll a d6 and add 2. 2 plus 2 is a 4, so we do fight. And the creature we fight is in fact a werewolf. Oh my god, no, that's awful. We fight a werewolf. Well, a werewolf is a tough creature. It has 8 skill and 9 stamina. Let me show you what it looks like. How can I show you? I do this. Yep, there it is. You see the creatures right here. You see that we have a list of 4 creatures: a giant bat, 2 giant bats, wolfhound or werewolf for number 4, and we rolled a 4. So we need to fight this werewolf, and it has a skill of 8 and stamina of 9. We have a skill of 7 and a stamina of 6. So this creature is quite more powerful than we are. We're fighting a creature with 2 more skill points than we have. So yeah, and now we can also use spell if you want to, which probably we should use some spells in order to fight this creature. And if we do, this is the list of spells we can use: Ran, Gum, Law, Wick, and Big. These are the different spells we can use. So I don't know which one of these we should use. We can use Law. I remember Law is one of the... Yeah, Sally suggests Law. I just remind you that Law is one of the big 6. You know, the 6 spells that always work. And if we use them, we dominate a creature. We can just give a command and the creature will do whatever we say. But it costs 4 stamina. 4 stamina. And we currently have 6 stamina. 6 stamina. So it costs 4 to cast Law, which will probably just be an outright win for the fight. Welcome back, Sally, by the way. Nice to see you. Yeah, so Gum, you're suggesting Gum. Let's see if Gum is part of the list of spells we even have. Is Gum available? Is Gum available? There is Gum. Yeah, there is something called Gum. I don't know what it does. So you need an item for Gum. I know what it does. And do we have it, Jin? Do we have the item? Remember, you can use whatever knowledge you have. It's fine. You can do whatever you want. You make the choices. I don't remember. Oh, well, Gum, I mean, we have beeswax and glue. Gum might These are the items. You see them right here on the in blue. We need glue. We have glue. We have glue. We can cast gum then. We can cast gum. Cool, let's do that. Let's cast gum. Alright, let's try that. Glue, it probably sticks them in place, right? I think. Gum. 4, 2, 1. Let's go see what gum does. I think that's a cool spell. 4, 2, 1. Okay. Deduct 1 stamina point. You cannot use this spell as you don't have the vial of glue you need to cast it. What? But we do have it. We do have it. We have it right here. What are you talking about? We have a vial of glue. It says so right here. What the? What? Deduct 1 stamina point. You do not have the vial of glue, but we do have the vial of glue. And that's so weird because it's like a general... It's a general wandering monster fight, which means it can come up. You find a bug in the book? Yeah, I think we found a bug. We found a bug because we got a vial of glue in the witch's hut. I think it's one of the things we got in the witch's hut. We had... These are the 3 things we found in the witch's hut. The vial of glue, the weird nose plugs, and the 4 small pebbles. That's what we found there. And it said, the book said specifically, this is going to be a useful... These are going to be like useful spell components for you. You can use them in spells later. It recognized it for us. It told us what it was. And I guess now we're stuck not being able to cast the spell, so I say fuck it. Let's see what the other spells do. I don't know if okay. I'm gonna just use a different spell. Which spell are we gonna use? Kind of annoying. We have a spell component and we can use the spell, but the book doesn't let us do that. There's big. Let me show you again what the spells are because you don't see them. So we don't want to use law as much as possible, if possible at all. Gum is bugged. Ran is not in the list. Sally says use gum anyway. Yeah, I wanna. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna be the game master. Yeah, gum is bugged. We try to use it. It says we don't have the vial of glue. Like the book thinks we can't have the vial of glue at this point in the story, but we do. We obviously completely do. So no. I'm just, you know what? I'm the game master here. I decide what happens. We just used gum and we won. We fucking won. We go back to 108 where we were. We won against the creature, and we don't need that. We don't need that kind of attitude. Okay. So now we won because we stuck the creature to the ground and we just pierced it with our sword, with our sword wand pogo stick. Yeah, I'm also sorry, Sally. That's very annoying that the book doesn't let us use an option that we obviously need to. We're supposed to be able to. So you go to sleep, you sleep for the rest of the night, you wake up. Because you encountered a night creature, you only add 1 stamina point back. And the gum spell cost us 1 stamina. So we lost 1 stamina, and then we gain 1 from sleeping, so we're back up to 6. We're still at 6 stamina. Slightly better than the 4 we started with, but not much. And you follow the path that you found going out of the village, and the path climbs steadily up a hill. Let's climb up the hill. Did you eat it all yesterday? If not, you must lose 3 stamina points. Yeah, if you're starving, we take its teeth. Yeah, let's take its teeth. Let's take the teeth. Sure. It's a werewolf teeth, actually. It sounds valuable, right? So werewolf teeth. How many teeth did we get? How many teeth did we? I don't know. I'm gonna say a D6 teeth. I rolled a 5, so it's 5 werewolf teeth. Not having an even number here feels weird. It should be an even number, right? 5. We were able to Harvest. 5 werewolf teeth. Werewolf had bad dental hygiene. Right, yeah, yeah. Some of the teeth were rotten. Completely unused. Yeah, but we did eat. We did eat, which means we don't take any stamina damage. If you starve, we learned that the hard way. You take damage in this game. So don't not only you don't heal, you take damage. Now, if you eat a meal, you get 2 stamina, or maybe even just 1. And if you don't eat, you lose 3 stamina points right here. So this game seems to be stacked against us. All the numbers. But yeah, we did eat. We stay at 6. The gentle upward slope becomes a steep climb. You have to rest several times during the morning while you're climbing. Finally, you reach the top and you can look over the hill to see that the path leads into a small settlement of crudely made huts. You follow the path down and you go into the village because that's the way forward. It goes through the village. You arrive, the villagers notice you, and they just start going back into their huts like they're afraid of you somehow, for some reason. They just start going into the huts away from you. They're pretty short and squat. They have tough leathery skin. Some of them are like missing limbs. They only like drag themselves along with like on one leg and a cane, or maybe just dragging themselves on their hands. They look to be in pretty bad condition, quite a few of them. Question now is, are you going to try to talk to them or continue onwards through the village? Continue onward, Chen says. Sally, talk. It's a tie. It's a tie. Are you going to change your votes? One of you. We have some more viewers here. Feel free to vote. It's going to be your decision what we do. So we have now 1 vote to continue onward through the village. Don't make contact. 1 vote to talk to them and be nice. 1 vote each means I'm going to be the tiebreaker. Either change or make your vote before the time runs out. Going once. Going twice. And gone. So I decide to talk. I want to talk to them. I'm curious, even though I know, Sally. Same here. Same here. I want to interact. I want to see what it is. I'm just too curious. You just approach one of the huts. You knock on the door. There's no reply. There's no reply. Do you enter anyway? Or do you try another hut? Another vote already. Do you enter anyway, a hut that you got no answer from, or do you try a different hut? Different hut, Sally says. Another vote. All right, we just have 1 vote for a different hut, so we're gonna go into another hut. Let's try another one. You try knocking on another door. This time a voice calls, "Who is it?" And you enter. Okay. Okay, let's enter. Okay. Inside the hut has no furniture. A small fire burns in the middle of the floor, and against the far wall stands a family of 3 cowering away from you. Will you hold out your hand in friendship, or cast a spell, or leave the village? So basically, these are your 3 options. Of course, casting a spell is one of several options, so I'm going to show you which options you have. Look right here. It's Gak, Foff, Ran, Fam, and Doc. So there's 1 vote for friendship, just holding out your hand in friendship. But there's some other options here. Casting a spell is one of them. Let's see what these spells, which of these actually even exist. Fam and Doc. Whoops, I disappeared myself instead of. I mean, there's no Doc. Fam? I don't see Fam either. Ran also doesn't exist. So most of these don't even exist. Gak. There is a dock. Oh, that's true. There is a dock. What does dock do? Yeah, yeah, there is a dock. Is there a gack? A gack spell? I think I remember there was. I don't see it now though. Okay, so there's no gack spell. Oh yeah, there is gack. There is gack. So there's dock and gack, and foff also we know exists, but foff is a force field. So I don't know if we want to use a force field spell. Ran and fam, as much as I can see, I didn't find in these lists at all. So yeah, there's one vote for friendship. Sally votes friendship. Anyone else vote something else? I wonder if Doc is like a healing spell. Talk to them. Okay, let's try to be friends. Let's try to be friends. Spells cost hit points, really. Healing spell, but you need a potion. Oh, you need a potion. Okay. Nice memory, Shin. The man, he shuffles nervously over and he shakes your hand. And then... oh no. Oh no. He shakes your hand and he says, "Are you magical, stranger? Are you not afraid of us? Or perhaps you are a healer who can cure us of this plague?" Oh god, you jump back, but it's too late. You touched his hand. You made contact with the plague carrier, and you have the plague, and you're gonna lose 3 stamina points each morning, each day, until you either die or you find someone who can cure you of the plague. Oh my god. So it's gonna be every morning, first thing in the morning. You're gonna deduct 3 points of stamina. I'm gonna deduct 3 points of stamina from your total. And yeah, and then you just leave the village. You're horrified that it's just, can we kill him? Yes, we can kill him. Do you want to kill him? Do you want to kill him? All right, on your way out of the hut, you draw your sword pogo stick wand. Yes, and you take him out of his misery. He's on his way to die. You just take him out of his misery. Do the merciful thing to this poor family dying of the plague, who just gave you the plague. Just decided, if you're there and if you hold out your hand, then probably you're disease proof. You can't get the plague. Oh god, that's awful. Okay, so now I'll remind you that, I mean, there were signs, Sally. There were some signs. I don't know. We're not a trained professional, a healer or plague doctor, right? In this game, we're either a wizard or a warrior, and we chose to be a wizard. So I don't know. Maybe there were some signs. Maybe we should have picked up on them. So I'll remind you, we have one prayer. We can pray to Libra, the goddess of justice or law, or something. I think something like that, or goddess of the village where we came from, where we started the adventure. And we can pray. We can choose to pray one time. So the prayer can do one of several things. It can remove any disease or curse that is on us. Just remove it right away. So we can just do that right here, or next morning if we don't cure the plague. Till then, somehow we can just do that. But we can also pray to just return our stamina to its initial value. And we're missing 12 stamina right now. So let's think about it a little bit more and make sure we make the right decision, because we might be better off just healing back up to 18. Yeah, I think we should wait with it. We should wait with the prayer until morning, and then we will do what Sally says. If we don't cure it by morning, maybe we'll pray to cure the plague, because it'll carry into the next book. Yeah, that's a good point. We will just keep having the plague until the end of the story, and by then we'll be dead for sure, because it's 3 stamina every morning. So it's yeah, we're definitely gonna be curing the plague if we still have it on us. All right, you stop for a rest outside the village. You start feeling woozy because you have the fucking plague. You sit on a boulder and you look at what lies ahead. you're on your way down the hill, so you have some view of the road ahead of you. You see the path leads downwards into a valley. Cradled between three hills, there's another village, and quite a large one, much larger than the last couple of dumps that we went through. The sun is falling rapidly, and you decide to head downwards towards this settlement. And then there's like an overhanging branch that touches your face, and you hear something chirping next to you while you're walking, and you brush against this branch. It's a small creature the size of your thumb. It looks like a child, but it's super thin. It has green skin, and it flits around you on transparent wings. It seems to be quite friendly, and it just sits on your shoulder very gently. And you can either talk to this creature, or you can try to get rid of it with a spell. So again, there's some spells. I'm going to show you what the options are. I actually remember that part of the book. That was a very, very annoying part. I'm also green. Let's be friends. Yeah, sure. So 1 vote to talk to it. And these are six spells we have. 6, Wick, Hop, Gack, and Wall. I remember what some of these do. I don't remember what all of these do. Only some of them I remember. So, yeah, are we gonna talk to this creature? Look at it. Look at this thing. It's just shameless. Going around naked like that. Alright, let's be friendly with this creature. Sure. Sure thing. Let's go. Okay. The creature introduces itself, and it says, hello, hey there. I'm a Minimite, and my name is Jan. Jan is quite friendly, and it tells you, oh, that village up there, it's called Biritanti. Biritanti is the largest village in the Shamutanti Hills. It's actually the largest village around. It's very friendly, and everyone who travels there can spend at least 1 night. It's very friendly. It's very comfortable to be there. But the prices it's a little bit pricey because lots of travelers sleep there. And then it looks at you. It sits on your shoulder. It looks over at you and it says, "Can I come with you into the village? Can I come into the village?" So, do you allow it to stay, or do you tell it that you'd rather travel alone? These are your 2 options. Let's vote right now. Stay around. Stick around on our shoulder. Cool. 1 vote to stay. Sally, you want to make your vote? Why are you not well liked? It hears the question. It goes like, let's just say I prefer to have some kind of protection. I want to have someone big to protect me if someone wants to try to catch me, or. And then it won't say any more. It won't give any other reason why it wants to go into the village with you. So what do we choose? They will agree, but keep an eye on him. Okay, let's agree. Let's agree, but stay cautious. And we say, sure, you can stay on our shoulder. You go into the village. There seems to be a lot of like a celebration going on. There's a lot of merriment. And Jan tells you, it's the festival of the young. Once a year, the children are allowed the freedom of the village. It's a time of great fun and lots of pranks. And true enough, you see a number of children sit in the street ahead of you, and they're drinking ale, even though they're kids. A little too much. They're laughing really loudly. They've obviously had some already. They're laughing loudly. There's a young boy who's holding an old woman over his knee and is spanking her. Oh my god, it says so in the book. I promise you, this is not an embellishment. A group of boys is fighting outside a hut with a sign which reads Glandragger's Tavern. A group of girls is standing at a signpost pointing to the crystal waterfall, tripping up their elders as they pass and giggling to each other. This sounds like a terrible, terrible festival. They're tripping up people in the street. We'd like to avoid this festival and make for the inn. First choice. Visit the tavern. Second choice. Head for the crystal waterfall or leave town straight away. Give him a hand. Yes, give him the plague. Okay. So, make for the inn, visit the tavern, crystal waterfall, or leave town. Shin really wants to go to the crystal waterfall. Yeah, okay, sure. Let's go to the crystal waterfall. Let's see what's up there. You travel along a path leaning upwards a little way until you reach a large natural waterfall. The only path to it leads past a small hut where there's like a ruffian collecting money. It seems that the price to pay for visiting the waterfall is 3 gold pieces. And it's a beautiful sight with large crystal stalactites hanging from the rocks all the way down. Stalactites, I should say. Will you pay the price and visit the waterfall, or return to the village and head for the inn, or onwards out of town? 3 choices. Pay the price to get into the waterfall, head for the inn, or out of town. Yes, pay and go! Yeah, of course. We made it all the way here. We're going to pay. So we're going to pay 3 gold pieces. Of course. So he takes your 3 gold pieces, and surprisingly, he gives you a piece of cloth to use as a towel. There's no option to haggle here, and I think we have enough money. We can afford it. We can just give him 3 gold pieces. We have 14. So we get a small towel, a cloth, a piece of cloth to use as a towel. And along with 2 other villagers, and of course Jan the Minimite, you take off your clothes and bathe in the waterfall. You begin to glow, and the cool water is not only refreshing, but also invigorating. You're bathing in a waterfall with magical healing properties. You may restore your skill, stamina, and luck scores to their initial values for washing away your wounds. Yes! The waterfall will also cure you of any diseases you may have picked up, but not curses. Oh my god! We got back up to initial stamina, and we cured ourselves of the plague. Oh god, that's amazing. It's a healing waterfall. Yep, you did, Shin. You did. Oh god. I guess you still remember enough of the book, and it's good that we have you around. It's good that you're here. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. We cured ourselves of the plague. We feel like $1 million. I want to point out something interesting. I want to show you this paragraph. It's something interesting here that I remember, and it seems to be true. It says here, along with 2 other villagers, and of course, Jan the Minimite, you take off your clothes and bathe in the waterfall. And it says Jan the Minimite. So, Jan the Minimite has to be with us in this part of the story, right? This paragraph assumes that Jan the Minimite is with us, right? And before, it seems like we had options to get rid of him. But I remembered we don't. We don't have any options to get rid of him. We can't, like, cast a spell to get rid of him. We can't swat him away. Like, there's options to do that. But right now in the story, Jan has to be with you. It has to be... he's following you along the way, and you can't get rid of him. So that's an annoying part of the story. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'll check in a second, because I think I remember the... Actually, you know what? Let me check right now before I forget. Okay, if you tell Jan you'd rather travel alone, remember? If you tell Jan you'd rather travel alone, a few minutes ago we said, yeah, sure, come with us into the village. He says, oh, I'm sure you would, but I'll come anyway. You try to swat it away, but it's much too quick for you. Faced with no alternative, you continue down the hill with Jan, who has hitched a ride on your shoulder. So Jan is now a fixture of the story. You cannot remove him. I don't remember how. I don't remember how. Eventually you are able to remove him, and he's like an annoyance. He does annoying things during the story. So it is like a bit of a... Yes, we've been screwed quite a few times in this playthrough. Now this waterfall, this healing waterfall, is a good way to start. Thank you for joining us, Verbing Nouns. Hey, nice to have you. We just healed ourselves back up to full stamina. It's total railroading. Yes, it is. It's awful railroading. But we made the right choice now. We had a choice. We made a choice. We got healed, and we got healed of the horrible plague that we had. And then we go back to the village, and you go to the inn. The inn is not cheap. A bed for the night is 5 gold pieces, and a meal is 4. If you eat, you pay the price and you add 2 stamina points. If you want to sleep here, turn to 55. If not, you had better leave the village and find a place to bed down. Okay, so we can either eat or not eat. So first of all, make the choice that we pay 5 gold pieces to get 2 stamina back. It seems like we don't really need it, but we will need to eat today sometime. Remember, we have to have food during the day. Otherwise, we'll starve and we'll lose 3 stamina points next morning. A mini-mite is like an ant. Want to get rid of him, but you can't. Watching him on your shoulder, spine, talking, rambling, even crying. Yes. Nice. Nice little poem, Sally. Our bard in chat. Thank you for being the chat's bard. So do you eat or not eat? First of all, first choice. Do you eat right here for 5 gold pieces or not? Yeah. Seems like a waste of money, right? And do you find a place? Do you pay? Oh, sorry. A meal is 4. A meal is 4, but a bed is 5 gold pieces. So you pay 5 gold pieces for a bed. Give the town back for its aid. We already paid 3 gold pieces for that. So pay for what, Sally? Though, do you want to pay for a bed or for a meal? Make sure you're specific, because there's 2 different choices we need to make here. Leave the town, look for a place outside. It kind of seems that way. We'll probably have to roll on the wandering monster table again, but we have full stamina now. I mean, we're in better shape now to encounter a wandering monster. Bed. We'll lose 3 stamina, take 2 tomorrow. Bed. Okay, bed without eating. That's what Sally's voting for. Shin is voting for leave the town. So there needs to be a tiebreaker about where do we sleep. Both of you seem to agree, and I also agree we don't need to eat anything right now, but we need to decide where we sleep. In the inn or outside of the village. Make your choice. We do, yeah. So don't sleep here. Right. If we sleep here, we'll take damage because we starve. That's right. So we'll go out and we'll make camp. That's right. Okay. So we leave the village, we find a place to settle down. You find a quiet place to rest. There's away from the bustle of the festival. It's really noisy there. Even after the sun has gone down, there's still a lot of noise. But you can just get a good night's sleep over here. The Minimite curls up near you. You may eat provisions before you go to sleep and add 2 stamina points. Add 3 stamina points for the rest. So we need to eat anyway. I'm gonna eat because otherwise we starve. But just so you know, if we slept here and eaten, there's no wandering monsters, there's no danger, and we get 2 stamina points for eating and 3 for the rest, so that's 5 stamina points back for no gold and no danger. This is how this book gets you, you know? This is the better choice. And yeah, we just ate some, we went to sleep. And yeah, you rise early after a good night's sleep and you leave soon after dawn, with Jan still hovering around your head as you set off. There's 2 paths ahead, one uphill to the east and one downhill to the west. Which will you choose? Uphill to the east or downhill to the west? West, Shin says. Sally, verbing nouns, anyone else want to cast your votes? Go west, sure. 2 votes west. That's enough. We go west. You travel downhill along the valley for an hour, but then the path turns uphill again. The hill you're now climbing is not too steep, and as noon approaches, you're again on a descending path. Okay, so you go down and up and down. The skies are very blue. You may stop and eat provisions if you wish, and you may add 2 stamina points if you do. We don't eat because we're not wounded. Always had in San Francisco in our hearts. Yep. Further along the path in the afternoon, so we've already walked most of the day, Jan, who has been chattering incessantly to you, says, "Stop! We're being watched." Oh, maybe Jan is actually helpful. He says, "We're being watched." So you're in a wood. There's lots of hiding places around you, so you proceed cautiously. Suddenly, the bushes part and a figure steps forward, dressed in black. The tall man bars your way. Will you prepare to do battle or try to talk to him? Before you decide if you want to fight or talk, take a look at this figure dressed in black. This is it. This is the man dressed in black. The description doesn't go into the weird symbols and the huge sword on the man's shoulder. I mean, he's a Minimite. Yeah, he can. That's the man. That's the man in black. Do you try to talk or fight? Prepare to fight, Shen says. Looks gay. I'm glad we went west. These clothes are pretty fashionable. Talk. So 1 vote fight, 1 vote talk. Seduce. Ooh. The Black Knight always triumphs. Okay. So one vote be friendly, 1 vote fight. Sally, you're gonna be the tiebreaker. Decide, are we gonna talk or fight? You know what I mean. Are we gonna tumble in the undergrowth or raise our fisticuffs? Talk. Okay, we're gonna talk. Let's talk. The stranger ignores your words and grips a sharp scimitar. We're gonna fight. That's so nice to know. We have had the option to talk. We're just gonna fight anyway. So this is an assassin. These are the stats for the assassin. Good talk. Yes. Assassin skill 8, slightly more skilled than us. We have skill 7 and stamina 6, which is not a whole lot, but there is some. Trying to ram you, that still doesn't mean fight. Okay, we'll reskin the fight. Verbing nouns. We'll reskin the fight as something else. Okay. Or you may cast a spell. Look at the spells: mug, walk, zap, kill, or fix. Do we want to cast one of these spells with a curved scimitar? A dark curved scimitar. Okay. Fight with you and you to spare his life. Oh, you can spare his life. Okay. You can spare his life when you're clearly winning. If he has 3 or less stamina, and we have 6 or more. So we're clearly winning, we can then spare his life, which I think we'll do. But do we cast a spell? Choose a spell. Take him by just fighting. The spells are mug. Let's do this, where we see them more clearly. Oh, we don't see them now because of the. Okay, so it's mug, walk, zap, kill, and fix. Walk is W-O-K. Mug, walk, zap, kill, or fix. It's a good list of spells. Zap is the lightning bolt. Walk and mug. Let's see if they exist. Do we have walk? We don't have. I don't think we have walk. I don't see walk. Ah, yeah, there is walk. There is walk. Is there mug? No, there's mag. There's no mug. There's gum. There's no mug. And there's kill. Is there kill? Sounds like a very useful spell, kill, but there's no kill. Walk. Let's try walk. What is walk, though? What does that even do? Any other suggestions? Want to know what it does or just try it out? If you remember, you can tell us. Shin, use your knowledge. Whatever knowledge you have, use it for our advantage. I want to actually beat this. I want to actually win. I want to actually get the crown of kings. And I want to be Mrs. McGilligully while we do it. Mrs. Daisy McGilligully should be the one to win this book. A shield spell. Oh, a shield is useful, isn't it? A shield is useful. Let's do shield. Why not? Let's do walk. 4-5-2. Deduct 1 stamina point. You cast your spell, but nothing happens. What? Nothing happens. Return to 117 and try again. Nothing happens? I don't understand. Okay, I guess nothing happens. We'll deduct a stamina point. I'm not sure it's a bug this time. It might actually be a thing. We just lost stamina for nothing. Any other spells? You lost a point of stamina. Yes, exactly. Definitely something did happen. Thank God it did. Do we cast another spell or do we just attack? Like laymen, like lowly fighters. Attack. Attack. Any other votes? Attack with charisma? Yeah, I mean we can reskin the fight as for whatever we want. Zap him, Sully says, like a bard. I mean, you have 7 skill. Look up there. Look up there in the corner of the hero sheet, the adventure sheet. You have skill 7. The assassin has skill 8. So whatever we try to do, whatever situation we try to get to in the end, it's gonna have to be using our skill of 7. You can't seduce; it's no fun. You can try to seduce, but it's gonna be with your skill because you don't have any charisma. You have no charisma in this game. There's just skill, which means everything. Skill is everything you want to do. Talk to people. Climb stuff. I mean, not in this book. Broke a song of love. Okay, so I guess you just want us to attack. Let's see what happens. I'm going to use my luck a little bit in this fight. A little bit of luck because I want to take as little damage as possible. And we have 12 luck, which means that we have a couple of free, like the first test of luck is going to be for free for us. So to remind you, when we attack, we roll 2 6-sided dice, which for us is an 8, and we add our skill. So the 8 that we just rolled right here, plus the 7 skill we have is a total of 15. Now we do the same thing for the assassin. Assassin rolls a 4. 4 plus the assassin skill of 8 is a 12. We rolled a 15, a total of 15. They rolled a 12, which means that we got the upper hand. Also, I test my luck. Testing our luck means we roll a 2d6. Rolled a 4. It needs to be equal or lower than our luck. 2d6 with 12 is going to be a guaranteed success. We rolled a 4, but we could have only rolled up to a 12, right? So we make it anyway. Our luck goes down by 1 point because it always costs a point to test our luck. And we get a wound of 4 stamina. So they start with 6, but they go down to 4. They go down to 2 instead of 4 because we just doubled the wound we dealt with the test of luck. But we are reskinning this fight. We're not fighting him. We're actually trying to seduce him. So what will you do when the assassin comes at you with the curved scimitar? You just step aside and you laugh a seductive laugh. You just giggle like you're like you feign clumsiness. It's like you trip on a root. Or a bush or something like that on the ground, or a little rock, and you fall or you stumble aside just as he passes you with the scimitar. And he looks around you and he's a little bit confused. He finds you again and he goes at you with the scimitar, but he seems kind of dispirited. He doesn't really want to, he's not sure he wants to kill you, even though he's an assassin, like an actual assassin. He still wants to grab you and kill you. And let's roll again. A skill roll for you. It's a 5, which is not amazing. Plus our 7, it's a 12. A 12. He starts from 8. And he rolls a 7, which means he does get to wound us. We go down to a 15. I'm not going to waste luck on not taking a wound. And he slashes us with a scimitar. You get like a nice wound. Some blood comes out. And you try again. Try again. Try to be adorably clumsy. You roll 11. That's amazing. You have 18 in this roll. And he rolls a 12. Oh no! He rolled even higher. And he has more skill as well. That's another wound. Down to 13 we go. No, let's try again. Let's try again. A 5 is not very good. Oh no. It's an 8 for him. He beat us again. The assassin now, he regains his confidence. He got a little confused for a little while because we tried to be all like confused and seductive, but he's now back into it. And he's an assassin. He's a professional. He wants to kill us. Oh no, oh, that's a poem from Sally. Oh God. So you open your mouth and you start singing. You start reciting, croaking a song of love. The Black Knight with a scimitar lunged at us. But luck had marred his mighty hand, and we defended our life and soul from fate bizarre. Wait, well, before I continue, we'll roll another 3 for us. No! 8 for them. It's awful. We're down to 9. We're down to half stamina. We need to do something different. We need to do something different. Oh, God. Okay. This is not going well. This assassin is making short work of us. We need just one more hit. And we're not getting it. We're not getting one more hit. We have some more spells. We can cast spells, but now it seems a little late. A little late to cast a spell. Oh my God. Okay, no choice. Luck. Yeah, I mean, pray to Libra. Yeah, we can still pray. That's true. We can still pray if we go down too low. That's right. Let's start using our luck when we take damage as well. Okay, another roll for us. That's a 7. Okay, 7 for us. And a 3 for him. Yay, we got it. We got there. So he comes at us with a scimitar. He thinks this is going to be the death blow. He grabs our shoulder and he just sticks the scimitar up, but you just fall on him and hug him, and the scimitar misses you, and he makes a tear in your cloak, and he tears your cloak instead. Let's show the tear. Let's show the tear in the cloak. Oh yeah, just something like this, just like a big tear the scimitar makes, and you just fall on him, and his scimitar gets all tangled in the cloak. He tries to stab your back, but he can't do it, and you just hug him, and you go, no, assassin, merchant of the gods, of death and misery, his odds were not with him today, alas, and he will break as made of glass. And when hearing this, this assassin realizes that no one has ever noticed him for what he was, never saw him for what he really was, a man just looking for companionship. And at that, he breaks down crying, breaks down like glass, and the scimitar falls from his hand onto the forest floor, and he just hugs you back, and you fall down on the ground. The screen fades to black, and music comes up as you stay there in a tender embrace, all by the way completely bloody with lots of wounds, right? There's some wounds from a scimitar, maybe one of your ears also bleeding a little bit, so you're completely bloody, but you also have made it. You successfully seduced the assassin by finding out what was that one thing he really wanted all these years, going around professionally killing people. Actually, he just wanted someone to look at him and care. That's it. That's all they wanted. Okay. So, you come to a little while later. The assassin just pulls on his clothes, his tight black clothes, and gets up. By the way, we have an emote especially for that. I think I'm the only one who can use it now, so I'll use it. Let me use it real quick. Yay! That's it. That's the emote. Yay! Our one channel emote, and it fits exactly the situation. Okay, this perfect pairing. Um, After that happens, the assassin sits back up and puts up his clothes back on, and he says, "Yo, hey, yo, my name is Flanker." And you go, "Oh, Flanker. Oh, that's a pretty cool name. That's a pretty smooth name for an assassin." He goes, "Yeah, yeah. I'm an assassin. I'm also a thief. I always pick on wayfarers for some combat practice, and I thought you would be no match. Uh, I'm going. Actually, I'm going to Kare." And you say, "Oh, Kare. I'm going to Kare." And he says, "Oh, well, maybe we'll meet then. There, then we might meet. We might meet when we get to Kare." Kare, I'll remind you, is the second book. We're playing the first out of 4 books of the Crown of Kings. So Kare is the second book. It's like a whole city, a dirty port city. Yeah. We spared his life. We, I ship it. Yeah. Just like the Ever Given, this assassin flanker is gonna show up again. It's gonna show up again in the future. Blah blah blah. Valuable asset in the city port. When you reach Kare, you will meet Flanker again, and he promises he will aid you. Turn to reference 79 in the second sorcery adventure to find out how he will help. Oh, we need to write that down. We need to write that down. That's very cool. Kare, go to 79 to get help from Flanker. Flanker. Weird name. Yeah. When we get to Kare, we'll get some help from Flanker. We just need to do that at the beginning of the book. Because we're now in his heart. Yes, definitely. You know what, Sally? Kare was the most difficult one for me. I never could finish it. I cheated the hell out of my way out of the city of ports as well. For some reason, the Shamutanti Hills, the Seven Serpents, and the Citadel, the Crown of Kings. The name of the last one is the Crown of Kings. It actually were much easier for me, and I just did them in one playthrough. Each one of them, I just played through them once. Kare, I kept dying and dying. Unending deaths left and right. I don't know why this book. I was just allergic to it for some reason. But yeah, now we have some help. We have some help. Not linear. Yeah, maybe you're not as railroaded in this. It's true. It's true. I think that's it. You can double back and get to places you already went to. It's very maze-like, which sounds like no fun, actually. Oh, please do, Shin, find the map. Yes, help us. Help us when we go to Kare. Help us with the map, please. That would be amazing. Okay, and then having said that, Flanker suddenly seems kind of like embarrassed. He seems a little bit ashamed of. You're not sure if it was for stabbing you repeatedly with a curved scimitar he's carrying, or because he's an assassin. He's supposed to be like a loner. He's not supposed to fall in love, and now he finally found someone who made it, who made their way into his heart. So for some reason, he's ashamed or embarrassed either of you or of what others would say. So he just disappears into the woods. And because we found love, we gain 2 luck points back. We're at 11 out of 12, so we go back up to 12. We go back up to initial luck. We did pay a lot of stamina for this fight. 9 points in total we lost during this fight. So we're back to being in a dangerous situation. But we're alive for now. And I have the feeling we're approaching the end of the story. Continuing along the path round the side of a hill. Whistling a little tune of joy because you found love. We've actually established verbing nouns. You weren't here last week. I don't know if you also remember the people who were here 2 weeks ago when we started. We've established that Mrs. Daisy McGilligully is a Mrs. who actually has a boy back home. We have a love. We already have a love. But this one was just reminded us of our youthful days of adventuring too much, and we realized we just have to be able to make this mistake. Not widowed. No. We said that you have a love. There was an option. There was an option for seduction earlier in the story, and we passed on that one because, and that was clearly stated by one of the viewers in chat that we already have someone back home. Okay. All right. Yeah. Oh, and I forgot. The Minimite was there. Jan was there, which means he watched the whole thing. He just sat on a tree branch watching from above, watching the whole thing unfold, just to add to the mental image of what just happened on that mossy forest floor. Not even polio, a new friend and a guilty conscience. Yeah, we did commit a sin. We did do something that we need to come to terms to later. Maybe we'll have some more character development for Daisy later on down the line. I have the feeling Daisy will, first of all, meet Flanker again, obviously, and also will, have some more opportunities to find out how she really feels. So you walk through the forest, and Jan says, "Oh, that thing you did. What was that? Is that something you do all the time?" And he kind of asks a lot of very embarrassing questions about what happened with the steamy session with Flanker. So you have to like deflect and try to distract Jan to talking about other things. But obviously he's very fascinated by the concept of what just happened. He watched very intently, and he wants to know all about how that works. So eventually, there's one thing that breaks the monotony of the path through the woods. On the side of a hill, there's a small wooden hut, and there's an old woman who's sitting on the front step of the hut, just on the entrance. As you pass, she calls out to you, and she says, young lady, please, can you come here, please? Do you go over and see what she wants, or do we ignore and continue? A witch! Yes, we've already been to one witch's hut in this adventure. I wonder if there's going to be another one. So do we go, or do we see what she wants, help her? Yeah, well, everyone here is very nice. Let's hope it's not another shitty trap. It's not another awful, you just take lots of damage and keep going, and you get some gold or whatever. You see what she wants. Yep, let's go. Oh, yes, please, come into the hut. Please sit down. You sit down next to a little wooden table. I'm very lonely here. I live all alone in my hut, and I really appreciate the company of anyone who would join me for a little drink and a meal. She offers you a drink, and she shuffles off into the kitchen. I guess the hut has several rooms. The friends we burn. Yes, maybe we'll burn a third friend. She goes into the kitchen, which apparently there is, and she comes back with 2 large cups of tea and one tiny one for Jan, because she says, "Oh, your friend should have some tea as well." And Jan is very suspicious. He doesn't really want to take the tea, and he tries to nudge you with his elbow. But you don't like Jan, really. We don't like Jan, right? So we don't really save him. And the old woman looks at Jan, and she says, "Oh, it's a Minimites, disgusting creatures. I only serve the tea because I'm polite to all my guests, but really, I really don't like these creatures. Listen to Jan, you say. Drink it, she sounds trustworthy. Cool. She has forgotten the pot and returns to the kitchen to fetch it. So she's forgotten the pot on the fire. While she's gone, you can switch your cup of tea with hers, or you can wait for her to return and drink from the one she gave you. Do you switch, or do you drink? Do you trust her enough to drink from the one she gave you? Wait to return. She's okay. Shin says she's okay, and Shin usually knows. Okay. Princess Bride. I'm okay with waiting for her. So 2 votes to wait for her, Sally. You can make your choice, but I think we already have 2 votes. That's going to be enough, probably. Yeah, and you wait for her to return, and we drink from the cup that she gave us. The tea is refreshing. You may add 1 stamina point. Also add 1 luck for making the right choice. Yay! We don't get the luck because we're already at the maximum, but we do get the stamina. You notice that the woman is cursing, and her actions are becoming slower. She creeps slowly off into the kitchen, and you see her gulping down another drink. Then she comes back and questions you about your journey. That was weird. She cursed and started getting slower, and then she creeped into the kitchen and had another drink. And then she got better and she came back, and she asks you, so how has your journey been up till now? Love, has it been safe? Have you seen lots of dangers in the hills? She's very interested, especially in knowing whether you came across an old man. If you have with you a page from a spell book, turn to 184. If not, turn to 219. We have a page from a spell book, and we did meet an old man. We met an old man, and the old man gave us a part of a pest repelling spell. See that? The pest repelling spell. We did meet him, and he also sang a song to us. See him, though he sees you not. The black-eyed creature creeps. A guardian once, but now his lot, the key to freedom keeps. I don't think it's about this situation, but it was a song that he sang us, this old man. So we do have a page from a spell book. Let's see. Ooh, a pest repelling. We need some pest repellent. You describe the old man you encountered, and her eyes light up. She asks whether you stole from him a page from a spell book, and is overjoyed as you pull the page from your pack. Giggling with glee, she snatches it from you. Oh god, she's gonna do something cool. 4 days ago, I was visited by a traveler such as yourself. The rogue was leafing through my book when I caught him, and as I challenged him, he raced off, taking this page with him. He must have been a wizard or of some power, considering the speed with which he vanished. I cast an aging spell on him, but it seemed to do no good. She thanks you for bringing it back and offers to show you how useful it is. She will rid you of the Minimite pest if you wish. If you want to get rid of Jan and regain your ability to use spells, add together the page number you have with a number on what must be the next page, and turn to that reference number. If you have not recorded the page number, or if you wish to keep Jan, she allows you to leave and set off again along the path. Wait, what? A number? Do we have a number? We don't have a number. A pest repelling spell. Come on, we didn't record the number. No. No, I'm not willing to not take to... Jan is gonna block us from casting spells? Of course we want to get rid of Jan. He's gonna block us from casting spells. We're a wizard, Harry. We need to cast spells. We need to... No. We're a wizard. If we don't get rid of Jan, I don't know when we're gonna be able to do that in the future. This is the point. I say cheat, we have the page. Yeah, we have the page. We just forgot to record the number. And I'm not gonna let that keep me. Okay. Anybody, let's cheat. Anybody knows the number? I'm gonna Google it as well. Okay, okay, let's see. Repelling pests. Yeah, a spellbook 102. Is it 102? A page from a spellbook 102. Okay, I think I cheated successfully. Yeah, 102. Good. So 102 plus the next page is 205. Right? That's going to be 102 plus 103 is 205. Squealing loudly, the Minimite disappears from your shoulder. You're relieved to find that you will be able to make use of your magic once more. The old woman allows you to leave, and you continue along the path. Oh, nice. Okay, let's take the 1 point of stamina that I didn't add yet. We're up to 10. And we're rid of Jan. Yes, that's awesome. Even though he was cute, he kept us from using magic. And that is something I remembered. It just didn't come up in this playthrough yet. If you try to use magic, you have like a fight on your way, which we didn't have on the way. But if you try to use magic, with the assassin, let's go back to the assassin. I wanna go back to the assassin. Let's see. Look, we have all kinds of spells we can use. Nothing happened. This is why the shield didn't work. You're right, Shin. The shield spell should have worked. Oh god, it was the reason. Yep. They got us. They got us well. Nice. Okay. Very well done, book. Very well done, Steve Jackson. Cool. All right. So now we know what happened. I remembered, but I didn't remember when we were in the fight, in the, I don't know, excitement of the assassin fight or the seduction or whatever happened there. I just forgot. I remembered it. I remember we couldn't cast spells, and then it didn't happen. And I was like, what? The book is broken. They mistyped something. They got something wrong. I don't know. All right. So, we're going to keep going. Jan is gone. Sacrifice something to Jan? Sacrifice? Well, maybe one of the teeth. Let's sacrifice one of the teeth. Which tooth are we gonna sacrifice? Let's sacrifice a werewolf tooth. We had 5. Oh, the cloth. Yeah, okay. I didn't even write the cloth. I didn't even bother writing the cloth that we got. So we're sacrificing the cloth. Jan can have it. All right. It is now late afternoon. You pass over the brow of the next hill, and below you is a village. The path leads into this village, and you have little choice but to enter Torapani. Torapani is inhabited by the Svins, an aggressive-looking race of man-orcs. But as you enter the village, an air of depression hanging over the place becomes quite apparent. Another sad village. The Svins take no notice of you, and as you sit down on a tree stump in the center of the village, surveying the miserable creatures. Will you head for the inn to spend the night, or attempt to make contact with the villagers? Do we make contact, or do we go to the inn to spend the night? Talk to them. Shin already votes. More votes. What do we do? Contact. Yep. Chat wants to talk. Someone has to be nice, right? Someone has to be nice and not have the plague. At some point. You approach a group of Svins deep in conversation and take a seat with them. They are discussing a friend apparently killed in the night by an assassin's blade. Ooh, an assassin. Gradually, you work your way into the conversation, and you soon learn the reason for the depression which hangs over the village. The village chief's daughter has been captured by a band of marauders and offered as a sacrifice to a powerful cave demon. According to an ancient prophecy, a dreadful scourge will overrun the village if the chief's line ever ends, and his daughter is the chief's only heir. Ooh. You tell them of your own travels and the creatures you have met. They realize you are a truly heroic adventurer, and they become very interested in you. Suddenly, one springs at you while another runs off into the village. You are held fast in a vice-like grip. God damn it. But as you struggle, more Svins arrive. They march you off to a hut at the edge of the village. Fuck. 71. You are thrown into the hut and the door is locked. You are their prisoner. You spend half an hour looking for a possible escape, but there does not appear to be one. If you wish, you may sit down and eat provisions. Add 2 stamina points if this is your first meal today, 1 if you've already eaten. Then you may either settle down to sleep for the rest of the night, or keep awake and on your guard in case anything should happen. My god, free lodging is true. They're gonna sacrifice. Yeah, I mean, I'm afraid they're gonna make us the new chief's daughter, is what I'm afraid of. We're gonna be the new chief's daughter and be married off to some other Svin tribe somewhere. Okay, we're gonna eat here. We're definitely gonna be eating because we have a lot of food and not a lot of stamina. So I'm gonna bring us down to 3 provisions and up to 12 stamina. We're okay, we're back up to 12, we're fine. And then we can either sleep or stay awake. We'll get an army. Oh, that'll be, yeah. Stay up, sleep. So 1 vote is staying up all night, 1 vote is sleep. Sally, you're gonna be the tiebreaker. Do we sleep or do we stay up all night in case something happens? We can't afford the stamina. Go sleep. Yeah, you're right. You're right. But it's not my choice. It's your choice. So Sally is going to be the tiebreaker for this vote. Megan Chief's daughter, that means many teeth. Sleep. Many teeth. Our teeth necklace is going to be such as the world has never seen. Okay, we're going to sleep the rest of the night because we've been kidnapped into a hut. What's the worst thing that can happen? You may add 2 stamina points for your rest. Oh, nice. Okay, good. We get more stamina. We're up to 14. Nice. I think I kind of remember what's coming. I think I have a vague recollection of what's coming now. You wake early the next morning. Okay, nothing happened in the night. Good choice. Good choice, Shin and Sally. Very good choice, everyone. Okay, so you wake up. Day is broken. We ate. We did eat. Just now. An hour after daybreak, you hear noises outside. The door opens as 5 Svins come in, followed by an old man with gray hair and colorful robes. He says, "I am Prosius, the Svin chief. I apologize for having captured you." He nods to a menial, and this guy brings in bread and milk. Oh, and you may eat this meal and add 2 stamina points. Oh, cool. Shin is already like predicting the future. So of course we eat. It's free food and it's free stamina. We're back to 16. We were down to 9 from all the way from 18 to 9. We're now back up to 16. We're doing well, chat. We're doing very, very well. Okay, good. 2 stamina points back. He sits down while you eat. And he says, you have a mission of the utmost importance ahead of you. My young daughter, my only heir, has been captured by marauders and is being offered as a sacrifice to a powerful cave demon. Several of my own men have tried... They are friends, yes. But the friends are the ones who kidnapped us along the way. Several of my own men have tried to rescue the girl, but so far... none of them have been successful. We're a desperate people. You must be our champion and rescue our heir. If you succeed, you may choose your own reward. And you know, he's talking and he's being like very confident and like he gave you food and he's being like friendly and smiling at you, but the guard is still standing outside of the hut, so obviously you don't have any choice in the matter. You're just taken physically out of the village. Sally has the right idea, but there's no option to cast a spell, even though you know spells, right? Right now in the book, you're not given any option to cast spells, which means they don't want you. They don't want you to do that. They just want you to do the mission. And you're taken out of the village and along a meandering path up another hill. On the top of the hill, there's a hole in the ground. The Svins prepare a basket to lower you down into what must be a secret entrance to the demon's cave. Will you try a last attempt at escaping? Or are you thinking only of the rich treasures you may win? Ooh, rich treasures. Wow. Treasure is actually kind of tempting. King of the teeth. So don't escape. Shin votes to not escape. Are we brave? I mean, we have a lot of luck, but not a lot of skill. So I don't know which one of these is bravery. I think luck is more bravery. When you seduce a troll, oh yeah. So verbing nouns, you're for going down the hole, so to speak, if you know what I mean. Do we have a clear vote, a clear choice? Troll hole. Demon's teeth is my word. Yep. All right, we're going down. We're going down the dark path where the sun never shines. You are lowered down through the blackness until eventually you reach the ground below. If you still have Jan, the Minimite, with you, turn to this, otherwise turn to that. Okay. I want to cheat and see what happened if we had Jan. I want to see if Jan is actually helpful. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, okay. It just tells you that as long as Jan is with you, you can't use magic. Yeah. You may not use any spells until you read yourself with a little pest and now turn to 1/2. Yeah. It's the same. It's so annoying. You just can't use spells. Oh my god. Where are we? Yep. Is this a reminder? And from this point onward, there's not going to be any more story descriptions. Like Jan is not going to be described in the paragraphs because you might not have him anymore. You peer around in the blackness. The Svins throw you down a torch and a tinderbox to light your way. Lighting up the torch, you can see you are in a large cavern. 2 passageways lead onwards. Will you take the one on the right or the left? This is a bullshit, meaningless choice. Do we go right or left? Make your choice in chat. Go left. Torch and tinderbox, which we have now. Cool. Left. Are we pursued by a bear? No, you're not. We're not. We're not. Left for the glory of socialism. Yes. And as a how do you say, a tribute to Left Person, the hero of the warlock of the warlock of Firetop Mountain, who always turned left. Yes, always left. Okay, let's go left. The passage slopes downhill, and you soon reach a fork where you may go either right or left. Again, right or left? Left again. Sure. I'm not going to wait for more votes. We're just going to go left. Some way down the corridor, you hear whimpering, and your torch lights up a frail shape. Hiding in the shadows is the young Svin girl. You take her up and comfort her, and she clings to you for safety. Now all you have to do is escape. That's amazing. We found her immediately. Going left was the right choice. Okay. Yeah. Behind you, a roaring puts you on your guard. Oh, yes, I remember that. That's what I knew was coming. The walls of the left choice. Thank you, verbing nouns. It was truly the left choice. Behind you, a roaring puts you on your guard. The walls of the corridor begin to shake and crumble, and you're forced to venture further to avoid the collapse, which is sealing off your exit. Oh no. Ahead of you now, a narrow shaft of light gives you a cause for hope. Perhaps there is another exit. The roaring sound gets louder as you step from the corridor into a large cavern. Suddenly you gasp as you back against the wall, shielding the child from the sight you have seen. Standing before you, on 4 legs, is a huge manticore, a hybrid creature with a lion's body and a scorpion's tail. Its face is that of an old man, and as it sees you, it rears back, flapping 2 great wings. Will you fight the creature or cast a spell? Okay, let me show you, because there's both a picture of the manticore and the list of spells that we can use. Look at this frightening creature. It's truly a frightening being. Cast a spell. Yeah, sure. We have to cast a spell here. But which spell do we cast? We have Pep, Bag, Hop, Foff, and Dawes. Which one do we cast? Yes. This is quite a pupper. Foff. Yeah, Foff is the one of the big six. It's force field. It casts a force field around you. Bag sounds cute. Bag. Do we see? Does Bag even exist? Let's see. Bag. Do we even have Bag? There is no Bag. Hop. There is Hop. Pep. I don't see Pep. Force field. It's supposed to be a code, and you're not supposed. So verbing nouns, the way the game is supposed to work, if you're actually doing this with the book and turning from page to page, the end of the book is your spell book, and your spell book gets left behind in the beginning of the game. So you can read the spell book and you know what the codes mean. And then these codes are Foff is force field, Zap, the first one in the list over there. Zap is lightning bolt, it does a lot of damage, and then all the rest do stuff that some of them have to do with the letters, others have nothing to do with the letters, and then you just cast them along the way. And sometimes there's traps. When you see some of these lists, you can only cast a bunch of the spells, only 5 or 6 each time. And for example, you see that Pep and Bag are 2 spells that don't even exist, right? But Dawes does exist, Foff exists, and Hop exists. So yeah, I think Shin's advice is the right advice. Foff is one of the big 6, which cost 4 stamina. They're the most expensive ones, but they do something very reliable, and they're going to be useful in almost every fight. Let's try Dawes. I kind of want to try other spells as well, because we didn't try many of them, but we're going to have 3 more books. 3 more books to go, so we're going to try other spells then. Let's do Foff. Let's do Foff, because I think we all agree this is probably the last fight of the book. Deduct 4 stamina points. That's how much it costs us to cast this spell. The creature makes a half turn and swings its deadly tail, but as its sting whips towards you, it hits the invisible force field you have created and does you no damage. Will you now cast an attacking spell or draw your weapon and fight it? Oh, you have to cast... Oh, that was like a defense. You defended yourself this time. Yeah. Wow, nice. Okay, so I have to cast another spell now. Are you going to cast an attacking spell now? I think... Yeah, we're going to go attack spell, 3, 6, 4. Let's deduct 4 for stamina before I forget, because we did cast a demanding spell. And let's go back. As the Manticore turns to face you, you may cast an attacking spell. Let's do it. These are the spells right here. Yob, Kin, Hot, Gob, and Kill. Kill, we already remember that doesn't exist. Fireball is Hot. Yeah, Hot is Fireball. Is there a taming spell? I want to keep him. Kin seems kind of, I don't know. What does Kin do? I don't remember. Yob Satot is with us, indeed. So, Yob. I don't see Yob. I don't see... Kin does exist. Kin does exist. I do see... Oh, Pep also does exist. Yeah, we could have cast Pep as well. Gob is speaking. I think that was Gab. I think Gab was speaking. Gob. It might be Gob. A man named Gob. So, we are... we're choosing... What are we choosing? Are these 5? Let's do a real vote now. A real vote. What do you choose as the attack spell? Fireball, Hot. Yes. Okay. 2 votes for Fireball. Okay. 2 votes. I'm sorry, Sally. We're gonna go with the old reliables in this one. Hot. Let's go to 3, 4, 6. Deduct another 4 stamina points. Your spell creates a large fireball in your hand, which you fling at the beast. It hits the Manticore in the side, and the creature roars out in pain. You may turn to 420 to finish it off. Let's go to 420. It's time to go 420. 8. Down to 8 stamina we go. And if you don't have enough stamina to cast a spell, you may turn to 227 and fight the creature with your weapon. Otherwise, choose your spell. Another spell? Jesus Christ. Another spell. Look at that. Look at these spells. Now we have Zip, Knit, Fifth, Wall, and Sud. Zip, Knit, Fifth, Wall, and Sud. Seems dirty for some reason. Wall. Yeah, wall is, again, it's one of the big 6. It's a wall. It's just a wall. Okay. Let's see which one of these exists. Zip exists. Zip exists. Well, I don't kick shame. An attack spell. Yeah, I guess we do, although we already attacked him once. We don't want an attack spell. Oh, we don't. I mean, which one of these isn't an attack spell, really? There's Zip, Knit, Fifth, Wall, and Sud. Sud, I don't see Sud. Zip, Knit, and Fifth. Zip, Knit, and Fifth do even exist? Zip exists. Fifth, there's no Fifth, and there's no Knit. There's no Fifth and no Knit. Don't have an item for Zip. Oh, we don't have an item, Shin reminds us. Zip, Knit, and Fifth. So Knit and Fifth don't exist. They're just they're traps. They're traps. So we have Wall or Sud. Show me items. Let's show you the items. Sure. The avatar of the goddess. Which one of these can we even use? I'm not sure. Do we have what we need? I need exciting background music. Next week. I don't see the items. Can you read them out? A bag of teeth, all kinds of teeth, which I remember it's not one of these spells. A musical pipe, which is for jig. We already did jig, where you can make people dance with a musical pipe. A pest repelling spell, we lost it actually. We don't have it anymore. We have beeswax. We have a locket with a small woman portrait. We have a vial of glue. We have weird nose plugs. We have 4 small pebbles. And we have a torch and tinderbox. This is what we have right now. Come on, we need to make our choice. Which spell do we cast? Do we even have something? Do Wall. Okay. No Zip. What do you take down? Nobody told us the item was consumed. The pest repelling spell. Yeah, she took it. It was part of the witch's spell book, and she took it. She snatched it from us. She definitely took it away. Take the one that is not Wall. I'm gonna go with Shin this time and go with Wall because I think it's the only one we can cast. I'm pretty sure it's the only one we can cast. I hope it doesn't kill us. Deduct 4 stamina points. The Manticore is in the opposite passage preparing to pounce at you. You cast your spell. It leaps and it roars loudly as it hits your invisible wall in mid-flight. Using your control, you fence it in securely, allowing you to grab the Svin girl and run from the cave. Turn to 456. 456 is the last passage of the book, which means we just won the Shamutanti Hills. We made it. You leave the Manticore's chamber and you follow the path to the source of the light. As you had hoped, the good boy says a lie. Yeah, even the big monster. We didn't even kill the beast. Blah blah blah. As you had hoped, a cave entrance allows you out onto the side of the hill. You and the Svin girl find your way back to Torapani. The Svin chief is overjoyed to have his daughter back, and the village erupts into celebration as their curse is now lifted. You are given the freedom of the village and decide to stay for the day to recuperate. You visit the Svin healing priest, who will treat your wounds, cure any diseases, and lift curses which you may have. Restore your skill, stamina, and luck points to their initial values. Nice. So we just went down to 4 now, right? Because we cast wall, but now we're back up to our initial value, which is 18. We spent 12 stamina, and we didn't gain teeth. Yeah, we didn't gain teeth. That's right. But there's going to be treasure. There's going to be treasure. The priest may also rid you of the annoying little Minimite if he's still with you. Oh, okay. So the Minimite was just a bad thing for the Manticore fight. We just couldn't have spells in the Manticore fight if we had the Minimite, which means I think it means we probably would die. We would probably die. Okay. You sleep heavily that night and rise the next morning to continue on your way. Before you go, the Svint chief meets you. He hands you 2 gifts. A pouch containing 10 gold pieces and a large key. A large key. Yeah, we did play with a big boy. I know you head for Kare, says the chief, but the city is evil, and you must be on your guard. 2 years ago, a traveler passed through here from Kare and gave me this key, saying he would never return. This is a key to the city gates, and with it you will be able to enter the city unnoticed. Once you get to Kare's south gate in the next adventure, you may turn to 12 if you wish to use this key. Another advantage for the next book. Nice. You thank him and leave Torapani. You have made some friends here and may permanently increase your initial luck score by 1 point. Your initial luck score, we increase it to 12. To 13. That's awesome. 13 is amazing. 13 means we actually get to use our luck twice with an auto success before it even goes down from the maximum. Wow. We're not gonna... How the hell do you know that? Yeah. We're not gonna burn. We're not gonna burn them. They're actual friends. What's a little kidnapping? Just like Shen said. What's a little kidnapping with being friends? Yes, I don't know. There might be a hidden door next to the gates. I don't know. We'll see next book. We'll see. Okay, so we got 10 gold, so we're up to a total of 21, and we got another thing to do in Kare at the gates. Turn to passage. Turn to 12. I'll remember what that means. We just need to remember to do that next week when we start City Port of Traps. Cool. Blah blah blah. You thank him, you leave. You've made friends here. You can reach your initial luck by 1 point. Soon the path is leading you on from the Shamutanti Hills, down across rice fields towards a great walled city, the city port of Kare, and on to the next stage of your quest. Nice. Yeah, there could be a small Sally gate, Sally suggests. Thank you very much for that. Okay, cool, nice. So have two advantages. We're up to our initial scores, and we even got to increase our luck up to more than the initial value, to 13. And yeah, we're doing good. We're doing good. Yeah, I know it's a real thing. It's where you're supposed to open the gate to sally forth at your enemies in the middle of a fight or a siege. Torch and tinderbox. Yes, I did write it down. I do have it down. It says so here. So we have a torch and tinderbox. We have a lot of spell components. I think we're going to be a better wizard next time around. And I will say, you can find lists in like wikis on the internet. If you Google Shamutanti Hills or Sorcery, Steve Jackson Sorcery spell book or spell list, you're gonna have some descriptions of the spells, like you see right here, and the one that I saved, and I put just the titles. For next week, you can open some wiki page with the descriptions of the different spells, and you'll be able to see what they do if you want to. You can do the lawful thing like you're supposed to do in the book and just study all the spells beforehand. When we just start the first few minutes, you just riffle through the spells and try to remember what they do, or during the week up till next week. Or you can cheat and just look through whenever we have the chance to cast spells. I am not going to judge you either way. You can do it completely not knowing what the spell is, or cheating, or doing it exactly like you should by memorizing the spells. I really am okay with either. So yeah, so that's it. We won. We actually won. Daisy against all odds. Even though we started with 4 stamina and not a lot to our name at the beginning of today's session, we had some strokes of luck, some wise decisions, some a guiding hand that seemed to guide us down the right paths along the way, and some magic acumen that saw us through. So that was pretty cool. That was lots of fun. We made it. I guess last week we played for 3 hours, I think, a little over 3, and now we played for a little under 2 hours, so a total of about 5 hours to get through the whole thing. I think I remember 3, maybe it was less than 3 hours last week. I'm not sure. I mean 2 weeks ago when we played last time. Cool, nice, thank you. That was awesome. So next week, same time, same place. Alright, City Port of Traps. We're gonna start a new adventure. The next chapter of Miss Daisy McGilligully's frolicking adventures in the countryside. This time in a city. For me, I remember it as a very I don't know, ambivalent about this experience. It's still one of the sorcery books. It's very good, but I just kept dying and getting lost and not knowing where I am. I remember it as just like a haze. This one book, Kare City Port of Traps, is just like a haze in the middle of a very well-written adventure. So let's hope it goes well. Shin, try to find your map, if you can, and lead us through it. Be our goddess. We didn't even use a prayer. Oh, that's true. Hey, let's see what the prayer does. What does the prayer do? We have some options, right? Because the prayer does one of several things. Libra, Goddess of Justice. You can pray either to revitalize, to restore all your scores to their initial values. Occasionally, when you are in danger, the text will offer you the option of calling on Libra to help you, and removal of curses or diseases. So we didn't... That's the 3 options, the 3 things we can do. Either the story gives us the option to pray to escape something, or we heal up all the stats, or we remove a curse or a disease. So we don't need to do any of that right now, so we just didn't pray. And we have our prayer in Kare. It's going to be... we have one prayer per book anyway. So yeah, we're going to have it. Cool, nice. Very good, friends. I want to say thank you very much for participating. Anyone who came, I want to tell you about what's coming. Usually on Mondays, we do Questers of Yalpalor, our comedy, roleplay, improv fantasy game. But because of Easter, this Monday is going to be off, and instead of that, I'm going to do a solo stream where we take an area of Yalpalor that we glimpsed in the past. The characters went through a short adventure through one of these areas of Yalpalor. We're going to take an area like that, and we're going to populate it with monsters. We're going to draw weird, fucked up, funny, cool, crazy, scary, whatever you want, monsters on the Monday night stream. Same time and place, 6:30 GMT, 7:30 Central European Time, 8:30 Israel time. Tune in and help us write down the monsters, like a whole bestiary for this area of the world. And if you come, you will be able to decide on what these monsters are, what the description is, and then I will be forced to draw them, which is part of the activity. That's part of what the activity is going to be. You decide on what the monsters are. I have to draw the monsters. Monday evening, Sal, you're going to be busy, so join us next Saturday. It's going to be Kare City Port of Traps, or the Monday next week, the week after, it's going to be back to Questers of Yalpalor, our fantasy comedy game. Thank you again, anyone who watched, everyone who participated, everyone who lurked, all the heroes, all the villains, anyone out there, boys, girls, and non-binary folks. And I'll see you on Monday and Saturday. And until next time. Oh, Mask is cool. Yeah, Mask is a very cool game. Yeah, no, definitely. You don't cancel roleplay to look at somebody else roleplay. No, you roleplay. You do your own roleplay. So until next time, till Monday or Saturday or wherever we meet again, play hard, stay safe, and we'll see you right here. Bye, everyone. Good night.